So I've decided to make a video on web programming, which is gonna be starting off with HTML5. Now, the reason I want to do this is because, well, due to the educational background I have, I never had a tech background or a program background, and I know what it took me before I could understand what programming is. So I think about a lot of people that want to venture into programming without having the background of a tech field or having a tech field background. So I've decided to make this video. The main thing is, what if you don't have the internet? What if you only have your laptop or your PC without anything and you want to make a website? This is the reason why I'm doing this. Because when I watch a lot of videos on YouTube and stuff like that, you've got this ID advanced kind of program to start web programming. But I've always believed that it is when you understand what you know what you're doing, that is when everything becomes seamless. So therefore, I'm gonna get right into it. Now, if you want to make a website, the first thing you need to do is create a folder. You can decide to create your folder anywhere, probably in the documents folder or on your desktop. Right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a folder on my desktop. So if you're following along, just create a folder on your desktop. Um, you have just create new folder, then you can call it my website. I call it my website. Everything you're going to do will be in this folder. So remember that files are always in folders. You have files in folders. And for a website, the thing is, you need to understand that there is a subtle difference between a website and a web page. Your website consists of series of web pages, though due to modern technology we can have websites or web application having consisting of one page, and the whole thing is, you have everything, running synchronously. It's like that now, but that's the first thing you need to understand. So for each page, you have your own page. Your own page implies the page anyone visiting your website, the first page they are going to land on, which is going to be your home page, and that home page is usually called the index page. Sometimes I think back in the days they usually call it default page, but I think you can also call it that right now. But anytime you see stuff like this now, you call it index page. So let's jump right into it now. Just like I said earlier on, assuming you do not have the internet and you want to create a website, what's the simplest program you can make use of? The simplest program you can make use of is your notepad. Your notepad is where you can write your source code. Remember, in programming, you write your source code, then another program will interpret the source code to what you want it to be. The electronic zaga zaga, whatever happening under the hood, it is that program that interprets it. In this case, the program that will interpret your source code is your web browser. I believe if you can get that, then web programming becomes easy for you. As a matter of fact, all programming become easy for you, because for interpreter, you can either have your compiler or your interpreter. In a way, they are all compiling. In a way, I believe all these things are just fancy words, but there are technical differences for that. If you want to know about those stuff, just go and make research. The more research you go into, the more you understand stuff like that. So now the first thing you do is this: just search for notepad. Search for notepad, press enter. Then the first thing you do is this: for HTML5, there are different series of HTML, or different versions rather, but the modern one or the latest one is the HTML5.
So what you do is you open up your left angle bracket and your right angle bracket. Then go inside that bracket. Put your exclamation mark first. Then write doc type. You can put it in capital letter and in small letter. Doc type space. Then in small letters write HTML. Now what it has done is this will notify the browser that the version of the HTML I'm using is HTML5. Recall earlier I told you that the latest version is HTML5 and improvements are being made on it every time. So that is for that. Now the next thing you do is press enter. Now I want to show us something first before I just go into the whole blah 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 of the thing. Just write something. Write, this is my first website. Now remember what I said earlier, that this thing you're writing is your source code. Now this is my first website is what you want to appear on your website. Now you can decide to write a lot of things, but you know, we're just starting at fresh. So the first thing you're writing is, this is my first website. You want this to appear on your website. Now you have that done. Now this is the file. This file notepad is containing your source code. So what do? You need to save this source code. Then you go to this menu, file, click save as. Click save as. There is a reason why I said click save as, not save. Now navigate to that folder you created earlier on, which we named my website. And recall I saved that folder on the desktop, and luckily for me the save as is navigated to my website, to the desktop rather. So I have on my desktop, then go to my website, click on that folder, my website. Once that is done, it implies that you are inside this folder, my website. As you can see the directory here, you have desktop and you're inside my website, the folder my website. So come to the file name. That file name is the name of your source code. Now recall also that I told you earlier that your own page is usually called index page. Now what we usually call it is just index. So you write index. Now you now put dots. Now this dot, of course, most of you that are used with computer knows that this dot, whatever, maybe like dot mp3, mp4 dots, all this stuff represent the extension of the file. So the extension of this file right now is HTML. I'll put HTML. That would tell the browser that this code I'm having, this program I'm having, this source code is an HTML5. Recall if a file is .mp3, it will tell the computer that, oh, the program that this is a music file. So the program that will open it will be a music program, a music application. If it's .mp4, oh, it will tell the computer that, oh, the program that is going to open this stuff is going to be a video program or a video software. Now if it's let's say .cdocx, now you know that that is definitely a Word document. So but this one .html is telling me that it will tell the browser that, oh, this is an HTML5. Then under its save as, just come not as .txt, because .txt is just saying that this is just an ordinary text file. Now you now have come in and click as all files. Then The encoding, we're still going to come back to this. The encoding, just leave it as UTF-8. That is the standard for now. You can make research on it to broaden your understanding, but that is the standard that is being held all over the world for coding, for programming languages. Is in depth, but just so you know, that's for that. Then click save. Now this stuff has been saved now as an HTML file, so you can close it. Then if we come to that folder which you have here, which is my website, click on it, open the folder. You see that automatically it has been wrapped up in this web browser. The web browser, my web browser, has automatically decoded that yes, this file I'm having is an HTML file. That is why it has been circled by a web browser. It has not been circled maybe by a video software. Maybe it's not my window media player that is going to wrap this all up. No, it's my web browser. So now if you come here and click on it, if you click on it, wait for it to launch. If you wait for it to launch, you are going to be having your website. Just waiting. Yes, because of too many stuffs on my computer, it's taking time. So it's opening, it's opening, it's opening, and there you go. You have your first website. As you can see here, it's showing this is my first website. Now we've known how to create a website, but we are not quite there yet. Now if you close this browser, close this explorer, go back, oh, go back to this point where I shouldn't have closed it. Go back to this file, right click on it, go to open with notepad, because it is notepad that you use to create the source code. So if you click on open the notepad, you have your source code. Now think about this. If you say, oh, this is my website, oh, definitely, yeah, this is my first website, definitely this is not what you're going to present to the world. You have an idea that you want to present to the world. You have a problem that you feel you have the solution to it, that your neighbor out there is having an issue with. You can provide a solution to it. So that is the idea you're creating. Okay, oh, this is my, you can now decide, okay, maybe like this is my first website. Okay, and then you come here. You know, normally in your Microsoft Word, you just come in, and that reminds me, don't use Microsoft Word to write source code. No, don't do that. I don't want to go into that story, but just know that don't do that. You can make research on that on your own. Now, if you press enter, now this is my first website. You can decide to press enter again just to have your, you know, a well formatted stuff. You can say my website is all about traveling tips. And you can say firstly, I am a Nigerian. Firstly, I'm a Nigerian. Because of course you want to introduce yourself. I'm a Nigerian, blah blah blah. Your Bible or whatever. Then right. You cannot say, oh, there are many, or there are three major means of transportation, blah blah blah, um, land, air, water. You know, you just, you know, your idea, you write it up. Now you will be like, okay, now I'm writing everything, it's going to appear this way. Let's just see. So you just come right here to this menu file and click save. or you can just press Ctrl S on your keyboard on the laptop, on your system. So you have that. Now this has been saved now. So close it. Now go back to that folder, go to this file, index.html, and we launch it again. Let's see what is going to happen. And you'll be like, but wait, oh, this is my source code. Go there, open with Notepad. My source code is formatted. How come it's not showing exactly like that on my web browser? Now, this is where HTML now brings itself to display. Now it brings itself, it shows the strength in the sense that HTML is a markup language. Now you are going to make use of HTML to structure your source code. That it's gonna be that it's gonna be the way you want it to appear on the website by making use of HTML. And those things that helps you to structure your source code so that it will appear the way you want it on the website are what are called elements. And these elements are represented using tags. As you can see, the first one we saw here earlier, though I didn't mention that, but the first one here is inside a tag. This is a tag. A tag is bordered by your left angle bracket and your right angle bracket. Your left angle bracket here and your right angle bracket. Some people call it lesser than sign, greater than sign, but core programmers call it left angle bracket and right angle bracket. So that is for that. So you now ask yourself, okay, how do I structure my website? Okay, this is where we now need to learn the HTML tags. So you can take all this one off, you can delete them. Once you have that done and dusted, now the tag that we need first is the HTML tag. The left angle bracket, your right angle bracket, use your left arrow, write HTML. Now move out of that tag, you can put a space by using your space bar, open another left angle bracket and your right angle bracket, and go inside that tag, put /, then the same thing, HTML. Now this is what we call the HTML. These are called elements. This is an HTML element. You have the opening tag here and you have the closing tag. Now you see that the difference between the opening tag and the closing tag is just this sign /. For the opening tag, no /, but for the closing tag you have /. Then the same thing, so you have it there. Now what I want you to do is this: between these two tags, anything you want, you write inside. Now, but to make it easier for you guys to understand, come in between these two tags, then press enter to space them out. Press enter to space them out. You have this, and you can bring this guy here just to align it. Now inside these two tags, you can have other HTML inside HTML, just like you came out from your parents. Human being came out from human being. So inside these two tags, you can have other HTML tag. Now for the HTML tags you can have is the head one, the head tag. Left angle bracket, right angle bracket, type in head, go away from it, space bar, left angle bracket, right angle bracket, then /, then you write head. Now think of the analogy of human being. You have your head, and your body. Abi? So in this case, you have the head. You can do this stuff like I did for HTML. Now go out or go to the other side, press enter, then open another tag, write the body, go out of it, /, then write the body. Now then you can come here and just put it like this. Now think about this. Inside this HTML elements, you've got two main HTML elements. The two main HTML elements are the head elements and the body elements. It's just like, think like, okay, you want to write an essay. The cocoa is your introduction and your body, but think of it as human being. You have the head, which is like your brain that controls everything. The same thing goes on here. You have the head. The things that we're going to insert in this head will control most of the things happening under the hood. Then the body is what people will see, those things you wrote earlier, and this is my first website, blah 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 blah, and all of that. Now what you now need to do now is this. Okay, inside this head you need another tag. Now the tag will be called the title tag. Now before I do that, I want to show you something. If you go to this website and you clicked on it, you clicked on that index.html. Now you notice that what you're having here is the title of the web page. Now remember, I told you there's a subtle difference between a web page and website. Now this is a web page, this is a page. Now the title of this page is index.html. that is the title of the file. Now if you now go to your source code, which is your program, open a tag which is called a title element, and you know the drill. Space, come here, then / your title. Now inside, in between these two tags, write the title of your website. So you can now write the title of your web page. Now maybe the title of that web page is my home page, or you can just write home page or landing page. Home page. Now I want to do something. Let me save this. Let me just remove the space. You can leave it, it doesn't really matter. Let me save this. Now let me now go back there and we'll launch this web page again. Now you're gonna notice the difference. Now you see, now it's now coming up with the title of that page, which is home page. So the tag here, going back to the source code, the tag here, title, will tell the web browser that whatever you find in between these two tags is going to be the title of that page. So that is for that, and that title element is usually found in the head. Now you can now come to your body. Whatever you do, you can decide to type anything you like, okay, or you can now say, write the same thing. This is my first website. So once you have that, this is my first website, then you can go back, click save, go to that folder, we launch the web page again, then you see you have, this is my first website. Now if you decide to do the same thing that we did earlier on, because everything that is going to appear on that web page must be written in between these two tags, the body tag. The body element will contain everything that will appear on the main page of the website. Let me relaunch this again because I'm taking my time so that we'll all understand the nitty-gritty behind this whole thing. Now, this is the title of my web page. Now, everything that appears within this boundary of the web browser, everything that you see here is everything written in between the body tag. So if you decide to do the same thing, oh, this is my first website, this site is all about traveling, blah 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 blah, and you go to the next one, you do the same thing, you go to the next one, you do the same thing, you are still gonna have the same issue we had earlier before, because they are all gonna appear on the same line. Now, so how do you now structure it? This is where, like I said earlier on, those tags comes in. So now, if you're writing an essay, you write your introduction, your stuff, your this. Now, if you think about each of those things you're writing, you can subdivide it into sentences. The sentences, you subdivide them into words. The words, you subdivide them into letters. So you see how all these things are being built up. So the same way we make use of, if I write a sentence, I write another sentence. Now remember that sentences, they make up what is called a paragraph. Like you can have this paragraph talking about a particular thing, another paragraph talking about a particular thing, another paragraph talking about a particular thing. So what do? If I want this now, this is my first website, to stand away from this guy, I'm going to make use of what is called a paragraph tag, a P tag. So just go there, since you know your tag is going to bound this, go to the left side, put your P tag, come to the other side, your left and right angle bracket, go there, / put your P tag. Now you surrounded this content with the paragraph tag, with your P tag. Now you can go to the other one now, do the same thing. Let me just copy this guy, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. Don't mind me. Let me paste this guy here, Control V, copy this one, Control C. So let me just put it Control V here, and Control V here, and copy this guy, Control V here. Now, if you save this guy now, save this your source code. Now go back and relaunch that web page. You see that, you see now, they are now structured the way you want it to be. Oh, this is the first paragraph, this is the second paragraph, this is the third paragraph, this is the fourth paragraph. So you begin to get the idea that, if I want this to appear in a certain way, there's a particular tag I need to use. If I want, of course, this is not how you're going to present your website. You want to get fancy with it, you put attire and issue and all those stuff they say. So you want to put an image, you want to link your web page to another web page, and we're having a complete website. Like I said earlier, a website consists of series of web pages, so you want to link them up. You want a button to appear on your website. You want this being done. You want when something is being added on a particular thing, you want something to pop out of the page, and all of these things. Now this is where you have to make use of different tags, structure it very well. Then there's another language which we make use of, which is called CSS, and the latest version is CSS3. Then if you now really want to go into the main programming of a thing, then you can now make use of what is called JavaScript. And so there are lots to learn, but I just want you to have an idea what is really happening under the hood. I believe if anyone watched this video and understand this, once the person understands this, then that person can decide to go and watch any other web development video and even any other programming video, and the thing becomes to click, it becomes clicking. So I just want to make it so simple, because if you go out there, you see so many applications, so many technologies. Even people that want to come into the field are so overwhelmed with this. I know it was for me when I started, and I was like, which one will I learn, for crying out loud? So many stuff there, but if you have this, it becomes easy. And if we enjoy this, I hope by the special grace of God, we have the opportunity to be able to create another video, and we can go step by step, and you see how seamless um, you can you really delve into the field of technology. God bless.